February 23, 2026. The merciless dawn after the Reaper finally claimed his due. Mexico ignites in apocalyptic fury. Jalisco's highways erupt into blazing infernos, buses detonating like sacrificial pyres, armored convoys shredded by RPG barrages, massed death squads unleashing hurricane-force barrages on National Guard positions. 25 soldiers butchered in coordinated ambushes, airports paralyzed into ghost terminals, tourists barricaded in luxury fortresses while screams for vengeance echo across 8 states. This volcanic cataclysm erupts from the shredded corpse of Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, El Mencho, the iron-willed overlord who clawed from avocado fields into a billion-dollar abyss of fentanyl, meth, and mutilated rivals. A spectral tyrant whose $15 million bounty marked him as the planet's most hunted predator. With his blood still steaming on that Tapalpa road, does the nightmare shatter? Or does the cartel hydra sprout heads more savage than ever? Hurl back to July 17, 1966, in the scorched, blood-soaked cradle of Culatitlan, Aguililla, Michoacán, a blistering tierra caliente hellscape where poverty gnaws bones and poppies bloom like promises of power. Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes emerges from dirt-poor farmers, one of 6 brothers grinding avocados from cracked earth just to survive. School ends at 6th grade, the fields devour childhood. By 11 he toils in Valencia clan plantations, guards, packers, the shadow side of marijuana and heroin empires. Hunger morphs into ambition. Teens strike, he storms north like a feral storm, crossing the U.S. border illegally in the 1980s, chasing the glittering lie of American riches. California swallows him whole, San Francisco's underbelly, Sacramento's gutters. Petty theft, loaded firearms, marijuana busts pile up. 1986. Arrested for stolen property and armed. Deported. He claws back. 1992. Heroin conspiracy conviction in Northern California. 3 brutal years caged. Deported again. Each exile, each iron-barred humiliation forges him razor-sharp, turning a farm boy into an unbreakable engine of vengeance. Banished to Mexico, El Mencho doesn't whimper. He infiltrates. Joins local police in Cabo Corrientes and Tematlan, Jalisco, using the badge as camouflage while deepening drug ties. He links with Ignacio Nacho Coronel Villarreal, Sinaloa's Jalisco powerhouse. But the Milenio Cartel, tied to the Valencia brothers, beckons. He burrows in as enforcer, rising through blood-soaked ranks with surgical savagery. Late 2000s, Milenio fractures. Bosses Oscar Orlando Nava Valencia and others caged or executed. Power vacuums yawn. El Mencho lunges, betraying former allies, allying with Eric L85 Valencia Salazar. By 2009 to 2010, they birthed the cartel Jalisco New Generation, CJNG. A sleek, modern name masking an industrial-scale apocalypse. CJNG doesn't ascend, it obliterates. El Mencho revolutionizes narco warfare. Franchise model absorbing local cells, extreme militarization, diversification beyond drugs. Fentanyl precursors flood Manzanillo port. Superlabs churn methamphetamine by megatons. Cocaine pipelines throb from South America. But the empire expands viciously. Extortion strangles businesses, avocado groves seized at gunpoint, fuel siphoned from pipelines and billion-dollar heists. Armed wing Grupo Elite deploys armored convoys, .50 cal machine guns, rocket launchers. 2015, CJNG downs a Mexican military helicopter with RPGs, brazen defiance. Ambush 15 state police in single strike. Bodies dissolved in acid vats, hung from bridges, displayed as grotesque billboards. Rivals La Resistencia, Sinaloa factions annihilated in turf wars painting Guanajuato, Michoacán, Colima, Veracruz crimson. By mid-2010s, CJNG rivals Sinaloa as Mexico's dominant force, flooding U.S. with synthetics, igniting opioid genocide claiming hundreds of thousands. Billions stack in hidden vaults. Corruption infects governors, police chiefs, entire municipalities. El Mencho vanishes into myth. Rare photos from 1990s mugshots, never public sightings. Phantom strategist, untouchable specter. U.S. indicts him repeatedly, continuing criminal enterprise, multi-ton fentanyl/meth/cocaine conspiracies. $15 million DA bounty crowns him prey numero uno, surpassing even El Chapo post-capture. Family bleeds proxy price. Wife Rosalinda Gonzalez Valencia, La Jefa, from Los Queenies financial clan, arrested then released. Daughter Jessica Johanna La Negra, Oseguera Gonzalez, U.S. citizen, jailed 2021 for laundering via cartel fronts, freed 2022 after shortened term. Son Ruben El Menchito, Oseguera Gonzalez, second in command, extradited 2020, convicted 2024, slammed life plus 30 years March 2025 for trafficking 50-plus tons cocaine, 1,000+ tons meth, ordering 100-plus murders. Brothers Antonio Tony Montana and Abraham Don Rodo, captured or extradited. Brother-in-law Abigail El Queenie Gonzalez Valencia, Los Queenies head, sentenced 30 years U.S. The dynasty crumbles under U.S. hammers, yet El Mencho endures, until yesterday. February 22, 2026. Tapalpa's jagged mountains become slaughter ground. Trusted tip from romantic partners associate pinpoints hideout Friday. Mexican Army Special Forces, Air Force support, National Guard elite units, bolstered by U.S. intelligence, storm fortress. Whirlwind erupts, grenades thunder, automatic fire rips air, screams shred silence. El Mencho seized wounded, airlifted toward Mexico City. Succumbs mid-flight, bullet-riddled body expires en route. 8 CJNG gunmen slaughtered on site, arsenals seized. 25 National Guard perish in retaliatory fury. Power vacuum tears wide. Today, February 23, 2026, the beast thrashes in death throes. CJNG unleashes coordinated apocalypse. Highways barricaded with flaming wreckage, banks torched, clashes devour cities. Guadalajara ghosts, Puerto Vallarta locks down, 8 states convulse. Flights cancelled, schools shuttered, U.S. citizens shelter in place under embassy alerts. Zealots demand corpse like holy relic. No mere tantrum, this signals succession war. Fentanyl shipments surge to fund chaos, borders brace for tsunami. Who claims the throne? No clear heir. El Menchito rots in Supermax. La Negra's record taints her. Rosalinda La Jefa Gonzalez Valencia, financial matriarch, looms as natural bridge to Los Queenies wing. Gonzalo Mendoza Gaitan El Sapo, Puerto Vallarta Plaza boss, wields operational muscle. Juan Carlos Valencia Gonzalez, L03, Grupo Elite Commander, commands loyalty. Christian El Guacho Gutierrez Ochoa, other regional warlord circle. Vacuum invites fracture. Splinter factions, Sinaloa incursions, internal bloodbaths. CJNG's franchise model, decentralized yet disciplined, might hold or shatter into warring cells. El Mencho's odyssey reeks of primordial evil. Ragged urchin to narco-deity, he engineered Holocaust echoing in every overdose pit, every clandestine grave. From avocado picker to global poisoner, his ambition devoured generations. As embers glow over smoldering Jalisco, one ice-cold terror grips. Who rises from ashes? What fresh oceans of gore await before inferno consumes Mexico, or spills north? The cartel endures. The war escalates. The body count climbs eternal. For 3 decades he reigned in the shadows. El Mencho. Untouchable. His arsenal whispered death. Drones slicing the sky, armored beasts prowling the dirt, land mines waiting to erupt. He even dared the heavens, bringing a military helicopter crashing down in flames. And the CIA? They averted their eyes, letting the monster thrive. But why? What secret chained their hands? It wasn't just the rivers of poison he flooded across borders. No. He trafficked innocents. Children. Stolen souls in the dark underbelly of his empire. Then, on a fateful Sunday morning, the tide turned. Trump's razor-sharp intelligence pierced the veil. Mexican special forces descended like ghosts on his lair in Tapalpa, Jalisco. The door splintered. The kingpin fell. He perished in the helicopter. Like a dog. Cornered, broken, gone. $15 million in blood money, claimed at last. His son? Rotting in a cage for life. His daughter? Dragged into chains. His vast kingdom? Engulfed in inferno. Even now, as shadows lengthen, his desperate remnants lash out in Guadalajara. Buses blaze like funeral pyres. Innocent drivers yanked from their seats, hearts pounding in terror. Panic spreads like wildfire. Let it burn. That's the death rattle of an empire crumbling. Trump struck first at their veins, tariffs choking the cash flow. He unveiled the rot with the Epstein files, shattering their web of blackmail. Now he's carving out the muscle. One by one. Ruthless. Unyielding. This isn't a Game of Thrones. It's war. Raw, unrelenting. And the serpents? They're writhing headless in the dust. The news of El Mencho's death triggered an explosive backlash from the CJNG, plunging Mexico into widespread turmoil. Within hours, cartel loyalists unleashed coordinated attacks across at least 20 states, including Jalisco, Colima, Michoacán, Nayarit, Guanajuato, and Tamaulipas. Gunmen torched vehicles, buses, and businesses, erecting fiery roadblocks that paralyzed highways and cities. In Puerto Vallarta, drone footage captured thick smoke blanketing the resort town as flames engulfed the streets. Tijuana saw burned cars and suspended public transit, while Guadalajara shut down entirely, schools closed, football matches postponed, and airports disrupted amid panic. Violence claimed lives quickly. At least 14 people were killed in the initial wave, including 7 National Guard members in retaliatory ambushes. Reports later confirmed over 25 National Guard fatalities. A dozen states suspended school classes on February 23, and governors convened emergency security meetings. The U.S. Embassy issued alerts urging Americans in affected areas to shelter in place, while tourists and locals hunkered down amid the chaos. Social media buzzed with real-time accounts, from ex-users sharing videos of burning blockades to warnings of ongoing clashes. Mencho's death leaves a gaping void in the CJNG, a cartel infamous for its fentanyl empire, fuel theft, extortion, and timeshare scams. Experts warn of internal power struggles, as no clear successor has emerged, potentially fracturing the organization and sparking more bloodshed. Rival groups like the Sinaloa Cartel or the Santa Rosa de Lima Cartel in Guanajuato may seize the opportunity to encroach on CJNG territory, reversing recent declines in homicide rates under President Sheinbaum. On the international front, this could bolster Mexico's position in negotiations with the U.S. to combat drug trafficking without invasive measures. However, history shows that decapitating cartel leaders often leads to fragmented, more violent splinter groups. True progress, analysts argue, requires broader strategies, disrupting networks, curbing arms flows from the U.S., and addressing root causes like poverty and corruption. A turning point or more turmoil. The killing of Mencho is a landmark blow to organized crime, but the flames of retaliation remind us that Mexico's drug war is far from over. As the dust settles, the nation holds its breath. Will this spark lasting change, or ignite an even deadlier chapter? Only time will tell in this ongoing saga of power and violence.